So, hi. I think I'm finally on. How are you guys doing? I'm so glad you're all here. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hi, Guy. Hi, Robin. Hi, Tom. I'm so glad you could make it, Tom. Oh, I'm so glad you guys could make it. I really appreciate you spending your Friday night with me. I'm very happy to be here. Good, yeah, I remember to take the monetization off. I'm taking monetization off of most of my videos. Honestly, I got rid of I used to have a partnership with Fullscreen, which was good for what it was, but then I was kind of done with it. And now I make like $12 a month on YouTube. So it's just kind of silly. So I'm taking most of the monetization off. If there's monetization on something, it's usually just because I haven't gone back and taken it off yet. So I hope that's helpful for you guys, that you don't have to see all those. Hi, Candy. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, and I think I told you guys, like, I had some, from years ago, I had AdSense on my blog, and I started blogging again, and then I finally went on my blog and I found that I think for some reason they can't do political ads, or I've made it so they can't do political ads, but Trump's hotels were all over. I mean, not all over, because I just didn't have that many ads, but I had ads at the bottom, and they were all for Trump hotels. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. So I had to pull those ads off. I think I was able to block some of them. Yeah, I'm not doing the ads as much. It's not where I want to go. I did the ads for a little while because it allowed me to make enough money to like buy a decent microphone and stuff, but so. Oh, good. Well, I'm so glad you can make it, Candy. And Jacqueline's here too. Yay! My live video regulars. I'm so excited. And I think Brittany might be trying to make it tonight. So, oh, hi, Melissa. Are you Melissa Elm from Patreon? Let me know. I hope so. I hope so. That is one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit, is Patreon. And I don't usually talk about Patreon. The reason I want to talk about it is because I think the workshop for Patreon for this month was awesome. It was awesome for me. I learned a whole lot when I did it. And I hope it is for you guys. I know a lot of you guys were saving it. Oh, good. That is you, Melissa. I'm so excited you're here. I'm so excited. I just responded to your Patreon message. And I'm so glad you liked the library. So I know a lot of you guys that are on Patreon with me have been saving it for the weekend, although I assume Melissa's watched it, and Guy. And hi, Tom. I think I said hi to you. I'm sorry. Hi, Tom. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you could make it. I know it's late for you. I know it's late. So what I do want to say is, for those of you who are not on my Patreon, for $1 a month, and it's just so that kind of I have, because you have to give something on Patreon, you get access to these monthly workshops. And not only do you get access to this last month, which was awesome, I think. Let me know what you guys think. But you get access to all the workshops that I've done in the past. And I think I've been doing them for about a month now. About a year now. Let me see if that sounds about right. I think so. I think I've been doing them for about a year. They haven't all been meditation in the past. Some of them were tarot. But I think I've been doing the meditation ones for at least 4 months. So you get 4 months worth of meditation workshops. The nice thing is the more Patreons I have, the longer the workshops will become, because each person that signs up gets personalized section of the meditation. So if you give $1, you get access and you get sort of grouped together. But if you give $5 or more, you each get a section of the meditation. So that means that the more $5 plus people that sign up, the more meditations I will do. I may have to cap it. What a wonderful problem that would be, is if at some point I had to cap how many I could do because I didn't have enough time. But yeah, so even if you signed up for 1 month, got this month's, which was so awesome. I've titled it Embracing the Change because that's what it was for me, and I hope it was for you guys. So yeah, so even if you signed up for 1 month, got all the old ones, and then canceled, which I hope you don't do, but you could do. That's an option. So the link for Patreon is below, and for $20 or more, you get your own personalized video that just gets sent to you. And I apologize if I am like sweating like crazy. So first of all, it's boiling hot here, and I don't have the air conditioning on, and I'm in a closet as always. And I went out to dinner with my husband. We haven't been able to go out on a date in a long time. So we went out to dinner, and what did I have? I had a drink. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, I can't remember what it was called. It was something really funny. It tasted awful. I should never get cocktails. They're not my thing. I should always get a glass of wine. But it was like the hurricane. It wasn't a hurricane, but it was something like that. I can't remember what it was called. But it tasted pretty terrible, but I drank it anyway because I had paid for it. So I'm probably not really tipsy anymore because I had one drink, but it's making me hotter than usual. We don't have a basement. We always did. In New England, you tend to have a basement, maybe because there's more hurricanes. Here in Virginia, it's really rare that you have a basement. We really wish we had a basement. But we just have, in my house in New England when I was a kid, once I turned we lived in our house was big, but it was a 2-family house. So my grandparents were on the 2nd floor in a 2-bedroom apartment, and we were downstairs in a 2-bedroom apartment with my mom, my dad, and my sister and I. It was tiny. It was probably 1,000 square feet. But the basement was the size of the whole house, and obviously the size of the whole house. But about a third of it was this big rec room, which when I turned 13, I think I took over. And so I moved into the basement. And yeah, it was so nice in the summer because it was so nice and cool. And in the winter, it actually stayed warmer, and we had the scariest stove. It was like a gas stove. It was probably totally not regulation, really dangerous, but I used it in the winter so that I could stay down there, and probably could have died. It probably could have exploded pretty easily. But yeah, so we don't have a basement. We actually thought about that because I don't know if you guys heard, but we had a tornado here. When did we have a tornado? Oh, Melissa, you're in Massachusetts. So let me tell you about the tornado, and then I'll talk to you about where I grew up. We had a tornado on Friday. It knocked out our power on, Thursday. Thursday night, it knocked out our power at 9 o'clock. And we had to drive to New Jersey at 3 o'clock on Friday to go to my sister's wedding. So we left with no power, and I don't think we got power back until Sunday morning. And a lot of places here still don't have power. I think by now they do, but they didn't have power as of Monday, I know. So yeah, there were a lot of places without power, and we wished we had a basement. We were just thinking we don't really have a safe place to go if a tornado hit near our house. I grew up in Connecticut. And then if you're in Massachusetts, I really want to know where you are in Massachusetts, because I went to undergraduate out in Great Barrington, and I went to graduate school out in Boston. And I love Massachusetts. For those of you who are in Connecticut, bless you. And I know there are beautiful places in Connecticut. Where I grew up, I did not like. And so therefore, Connecticut is kind of sullied for me, but I love Massachusetts. Mass MoCA up in Northampton is pretty much one of my favorite. It is my favorite museum in the world. It is one of my favorite places in the world. Oh, hi! I ran substance abuse facilities in Cambridge. I got married in Somerville. So I lived in Somerville for many years, and then in Jamaica Plain, and so I love the Boston area. What happened was I was about 30 years old and living with 6 other people, because in Boston you either pay all of your salary to live in a studio, as I'm sure you know, Melissa, or you live with a whole bunch of people in a really nice house. We lived in a really nice big house, but there were, 2 or 3 couples. It was like a 4-bedroom, and there were 2 couples that lived there and a few people in singles, and it was really crazy. And I was turning 30, and I was like, I just can't live like this anymore, and I don't have a job that's ever going to afford for me to buy a house. So we started kind of looking outside of Boston, but I absolutely love Boston. It's one of my favorite places in the world. I need to bring my son there. I have many friends that are still there. I was just thinking the other day, I don't know that I've ever been to Long Island, which is weird because I go to New York all the time. We're in Manhattan all the time. But I don't think I've ever been to Long Island. Long Island. My sister has many times, but I don't think I've ever been there. Yeah, I went to BU, so I got my master's in social work at BU. So yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful place. I love Boston to death if it wasn't so expensive. So I'm glad I have some New Englanders up there. I love all of you from all over. So, but I don't know, I've only kind of lived on the East Coast. Well, no, I lived in Kansas City, so live smack dab in the middle too. But BU is very expensive, and I got almost a free ride, or else I wouldn't have gone there. So yeah, one of the decisions, my husband and I applied to master's programs all over, and every school, so we've applied to 5 different schools or different areas. Every school I got into, he didn't. Every school he got into, I didn't, except for Boston, where I got into BU and he got into Tufts. So that's where we went. And I got pretty much a free ride. I did get into the University of Austin, and I really was hoping he would get in there because I got a free ride there too. But he didn't, of course. So, but we loved Boston. We had a lot of friends up there too, because I went to my undergrad out in Western Massachusetts. We had a lot of friends who, after they graduated undergrad, kind of gravitated over to Boston. So when we lived in a house with a whole bunch of people, they were mostly people we had gone to school with, or friends of people we had gone to school with. So it's a wonderful place to be. My cousin's still there. Yeah, my cousin lives in Boston and in Brookline, I think. So yeah, I love it. We were good friends with all the Guitar Hero guys, all the guys who made Guitar Hero. My husband actually played at one of their weddings. Because they all played Indonesian music. And if you go on the old Guitar Hero, there is a secret track that is gamelan music, which is Indonesian music. Stephanie's here too. Oh, good. The gang's all here. Stephanie, I haven't seen you in ages. I haven't seen your name pop up in ages. And I thought you were one of the people who would name my mantra. And if you don't, so I put on my mantra, like for the past couple weeks, has been, it's such a sunny day. I feel brand new. There's about a million things that I could do. Oh, because, and Stephanie will probably know exactly what that is. Many of you won't. But it's, yeah. So it's been around my house a whole lot, and so I've just decided that's my new song every morning. Are you asking me? I play Indonesian music all the time. I play Indonesian music 3 times a week. So I sing Indonesian music on Mondays, and I play, no, not Disney. It's PBS. And Stephanie, I'm really surprised you haven't called me out on it yet. I thought you or Mindy would jump in there pretty quick when I put it up. I play Indonesian music on Thursdays and Sundays, and I sing different kinds of Indonesian music on Monday. Good. I'm glad I destroyed your productivity. That's my plan. No, we're going to do a meditation. And in terms of internal work, you're going to get a lot more done based on that. So, it's from Peep and the Big Wide World, which is a great PBS show. And it's with Joan Cusack as the narrator, and I love her. So, it's a great show, and it's on Netflix because we don't have a television, so he only watches what's on Netflix. And it's one I will actually watch with him. Normally I make him like wear headphones. I'll watch him a few times to make sure like I'm not opposed to them. And then once I'm okay with them, I'll often make him wear headphones when he watches stuff. But Peep, I will watch with him. Peep is a great show. So, and it's just a great song. It's such a sunny day. I feel brand new. There's about a million things that I could do. Would you like to do them too? Oh yeah. 'Cause it's a big wide world and it's waiting for me and you. We made up a different version the other day because it was a rainy day. So my son decided, it's such a rainy day. I feel brand new. There's about 3 things that I could do. And he thought he was really funny. And I actually thought he was really funny too. The duck is named Quack. And I love Quack too. It's so peppy. Yeah, you'll have to go on Netflix, and it's Peep in the Big Wide World. It's a great show. I love it. As far as kids shows go. So yeah, it's got a great song. PBS every once in a while just puts out wonderful stuff. So and then sometimes they put out horrible stuff. Let's see. And there's not much going on with me other than that. Just what else is new? I think I'm not going to be on next Friday. I might see if there's another weeknight I can be on. Because I think on Friday, I think we were saying we were going to go do something as a family, which we don't do a lot. So, oh, I'm sorry. That was really loud. I am going to smudge and get ready. So I did have a question for everybody, which I put up on Facebook, but I didn't really get a lot of response. I am wondering how many of you guys know, A, that you do these meditations. I'm just curious. Also curious, this was part of the pagan challenge that went out. And I know a lot of you wouldn't consider yourself pagan. But I was just thinking about sort of how much of what I do I've revealed to people and how much I haven't. And so I was wondering, like, how much of the things that you do in terms of meditation, kind of the woo-woo stuff. Like, my husband knows I'm interested in tarot. He has no idea I can read tarot. Just because it's not something I do around him. It's private for me. He knows I do the meditation. My family knows I do the meditation, but most of my friends don't. And most of my friends know nothing about ASMR. My family does, but most of my friends don't. I'm just curious with you guys, like, how much people know about what you're interested in. Candy, I'm thinking, I don't know. No, I don't know how much. I was thinking of something on Facebook, but no. So I'm just wondering what you guys share with people and what you don't. Yeah, because I have certain things that feel I'm really happy to share with people, and other things that I'm not at all. So, Candy, do you do tarot and other kinds of divination? Are you Wicca? Are you witchy? I'm just curious. It's Sophie, and I know Sophie. Sophie's super witchy and reads tarot, and I would assume her family all knows, because she's super duper witchy. So glad you're here and that you stayed up late for me. Oh, that's good. It is hard to explain, Melissa. Like, people, like, if I find out somebody has like anxiety and things like that, I share it with them. But I don't just kind of share it all around. Oh, I'm glad you share that. Yeah, you mentioned that, Robin, that you don't feel a lot very witchy unless like there's storms outside. And you know what? I'm not. For me, it's actually been pretty good to keep some things really private, as I figure them out, because I don't want anyone else's opinion clouding what I think. So I'm careful about what I share and what I don't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, in grad school. Although in social work school, I don't know, like that tarot stuff would have, I think that would have freaked a lot of people out. Although I used, I don't know, they were oracle cards, but they were technically like positive affirmation cards. I use those in counseling all the time. And a lot of people, like I have a good friend who I play in a music group with, and he does Reiki, and he's a therapist. He's a social worker, and he does Reiki and other kinds of energy work and meditation with people as part of his therapy all the time. Mm. Hi, the Oracle. Who are you? Let me know your name if you want me to call you by your actual name. Yeah. So I have some people who I know are totally like, and then like my immediate family. My parents know, my sister knows. They all know about my channel. They all watch my stuff. Sometimes, and they'll like comment about how, especially they thought it was funny when my name was Nutty McFreak, and they'd be like, "There's another Nutty McFreak video." But yeah, they all know, and I do readings for them periodically. But because like I've done readings for my sister since I was in high school, so she's always known. Hi, random guy named Steve. I'm so glad you're here, random guy named Steve. That's how most people find me. I don't know how I found you, but here I am. And I'm going to listen to you until I think you're too weird. Then I'm going to turn it off. Except for those of you who are like, she's totally weird. I think I'll listen to her some more. Who was it? Leonie Dawson. I don't know if you guys know Leonie Dawson. She put something on Facebook the other day that was like a unicorn riding a bicycle, like a unicorn covered with rainbows, riding a bicycle, and it just said, "Please be as weird as me. Please be as weird as me." And she's like, "This is me every time I meet somebody new." And I kind of feel the same. So, all right. So that was the goofiness for the evening. I'm so glad to be able to just hang out and be goofy with you guys. It's so fun. I miss you guys when I don't get to do a live video for a while. And I'm glad there's new people here, or like people who don't make it very often. But before I boil to death, I think we'll do a meditation, in case it gets so hot that I just kind of have to call it a day. So, all right, so I did my smudging. So I want everybody to get comfortable. Before we even close our eyes, I think we'll do some deep breaths. And do some nice relaxing sounds. We're going to kind of circle the energy around all of us. So we have a nice little group here. We've probably had sort of 40 people in and out. That tends to be the case. But some of you will stay, some of you will come and go, but we still got the energy going all around. I agree, Stephanie. Those are the best relationships. If you can't out-weird me at a certain point, I lose interest. So we will circle the weird in this group and circle the energies and see where we're going to go tonight, because I think it should be very interesting. So we've got a lot of interesting energies going around. I think one of the reasons that the Patreon workshop was so powerful was because it was coming right off of the solstice energy. And I think today is actually technically midsummer. So this is the midpoint of the summer. And according to a book I read today. So there's probably some energies around that too. And for those of you into astrology, Mars has gone direct. So we have a lot of kind of built up Mars energy, which is kind of this active energy that's kind of now coming to fruition. So if you're into that stuff and you find that useful, I find it useful for goal setting and just to kind of keep from stagnating and focus on new things. So let's see where this meditation. Yeah, I was surprised in my book that it said it was today, but so I'm positive that Guy is right. Much more than I am. But I think we still have some midsummer energy from the solstice on Monday and the full moon on Monday. And I don't know, it's just felt kind of powerful energetically, but we'll see. I think this also is a healing time. I think there's a lot going on. So I've been getting a lot of messages for not actually having profound insight right now, but just kind of self-care. So I don't know if anybody else is feeling that right now, but we'll see if that comes through in the meditation a little bit. So, all right, so let's get comfortable. Close our eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And we're circling the energy all around this virtual circle that we have. People who are here tonight and people who will watch this in the future. They are included as well. With each deep breath and exhale, we're going to release any worries of the day, any concerns, anything we need to let go of. And I want you to see yourself facing a large wall with an ornate doorway. There's no door, it's just an opening. What does it look like to you? Is it rounded at the top? Is it pointed at the top? Is it wide? Is it narrow? How thick is the wall? What does this doorway look like to you? And what do you need walking through this gateway? Is there something you need to leave behind? Is there a transformation you need to make in moving to the other side? You can see that you have a guide waiting on the other side for you. So when you feel ready, I want you to walk through the doorway to the other side and meet your guide. What does it look like on this side of the doorway? Your guide takes your hand and leads you away from the door and ahead. There is a fog that clouds the area around you. And as your guide leads you into the fog, you walk carefully, but your guide has your hand, and you know that they will take care of you. And they lead you towards a long staircase. And you begin to climb carefully because you can't see very far ahead of you or to the sides. And you climb for a long time, although you do not feel tired. You actually feel more invigorated with each step. As you know, this is where you are meant to go this evening, and you are excited about where the staircase will lead. And as the staircase ends, you walk out onto a path, and the fog is left behind, and you seem to be at the top of a mountain. But there seems to be a village or town up here. It's not crowded, but there are a few houses along the path. And as you reach one, there is a person out on the stoop who waves you in, and your guide leads you inside. The person who lives here offers you a drink and refreshment for your journey. With each sip, you feel even more refreshed. With each bite, you feel more excited about what is to come. And the person brings you a change of clothes and tells you to go change, to prepare for the meeting that is to come. Walk into another room of the house and get changed. What type of clothing have they given you? What does it look like? How does it fit? How do you feel in this clothing? Once you are dressed, you walk back out. And the person who lives here gives you a few instructions for the meeting that is to come. What do they tell you to do or to not do in this circumstance? Thank your host. They may have an item to give you, and if so, take it gratefully. And your guide again takes your hand and leads you out of this house and towards a large building at the end of the path, which you enter and walk towards the end of a long table where you will meet your host in this place. Greet them with great respect, as you know this is someone important to you. What do they look like? Are they male or female? Do you know who they are and why they are important? What do they represent for you? They gesture for you to sit beside them. And they take your hand. And as they do, you feel the energy spread from them into your body. What feeling do you have from this energy? Is it peaceful? Is it energizing? Is it healing? Is it relaxing? What is the feeling? Is there a color associated with that feeling that floods your body? Ask your host what you are to take away from this experience. They may answer with words, or just with feelings, or with pictures, or with thoughts. Take whatever is given gratefully. They may also offer you a gift. And if they do, take it gratefully. And think about what this item may symbolize for you and what you may need to take away from this encounter. Thank your host and leave this room, walking back to your guide. And you may ask your guide any questions you may have about this experience and what you are meant to learn. And thank your guide. And leave your guide as you walk back down the path until you begin to hear the sounds around your physical body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. When you feel ready, open your eyes. Candy, let me know if there's still a hum. may have been, I think my husband may have turned the air conditioning on downstairs. So you may have heard that. Let me know if it's really bad. I can try my other mic. I hope that felt good. Oh, I want to hear the end of your statement, Tom. Oh, good. Internal hums are good. Energetic hums are good. Not noise hums are bad. Tom, I want to hear the end of your statement. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Steve. I'm so glad, Stephanie. I've tried to, I took your feedback from the last time, and I've tried to kind of have a little bit more, not an intro, but a little bit less asking of questions right in the beginning, so that hopefully people get to relax a little bit more before they start asking their guides for questions. Oh, good. I'm glad, Tom. I've had a lot of that lately. I think it's the time of the year. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a really good time to write stuff down. Especially if you've had, it's not as much about will you forget it. I find that sometimes the processing happens when I write it down. Now, when I've done things like this in person, we've gotten to go around the room and talk about what we saw, and so the talking about it helped the processing. But since we don't really have that option other than the typing here, it is helpful to write it down just for yourself, just in order to put it into words. Oh, that's not good, guy. Well, I mean, that happens too. I've had malevolent people in my meditations, and sometimes it's what they're trying to teach me, and sometimes it's, you know, what I need to avoid. Oh, that's interesting. It's not, doesn't sound very relaxing though. For me, it was Mount Olympus, and I met with Athena, who I have met with before, and again, I don't know that I believe in personified deity, but Athena definitely is an archetype for me, and she means something very clearly to me. I actually asked why Athena this time when I went, and the person in the house said, you know, the other Greek gods are not really for you. You're not really an Aphrodite kind of girl. I'm not really a Hera kind of girl either. So a lot of the female Greek gods just aren't for me, and so Athena is there to help me with strength. I wonder, well, and Guy, I mean, I never feel, and this is my point of view, and you may definitely have a different one, and it's your meditation clearly, but in terms of meditations and tarot and astrology and all of those things, I never feel like energy, spirit, any of that, even, you know, even if I just consider it my brain, I never consider that they are going to tell me horrible things are going to happen, and that's too bad. Suck it up. When I've been told that bad times were coming, or I needed to watch out for something, it has always been a warning as to how to try to avoid it, or how to kind of take care of myself so that I can weather it. And I don't know if that, again, it's your meditation. I don't know. But I have just never had a situation where I really felt like the energies were like, too bad, this is the way it is. It's always been like, yes, this may be coming, but here's what you need to do to mitigate. Here are things to help get you through it, or here are things you can do to avoid it. Not to say bad things don't happen to me. Of course, bad things happen to me, but sometimes they've even been told, yes, bad things are going to happen, and here's what you can learn from them, and here's what will make them not so bad. So I don't know if that's the case for you. Interesting, Candy. Because the Morgan can be rough. So that's very interesting. Sometime we should talk about deity and how there's been a lot of that on the internet. I don't know if you guys listen to Joanna DeVoe, but I love her. She talks about deity a lot and the way she uses it. And I'm not saying that I have the same beliefs as Joanna, because I don't always. But Joanna's very smart. Joanna thinks about things a lot, and she's very interesting to listen to. Yeah, demanding is a good word for Morgan. Melissa, I'm glad that was a bit of an easier meditation for you than for some people. Well, I wanted to offer to pull some cards for people if anybody wants it. I have my Lenormand deck, which I'm going to have to kind of read some of the things to you because I don't know Lenormand off the top of my head. But let me know if you would like a card. I'm going to pull one for Tom because I know Tom will probably want one. Oh, Tom has woman. Isn't she beautiful? There she is. Let me just tell you about her. I have a harder time with Lenormand because I just don't know them well enough to do kind of alternate interpretations, which I can with tarot, but, well, she's a lady. I could be you, the reader, which you are not, or a female partner of the significator. This, a woman looks up for her book, from her book, her thoughts wandering. There is commonality of an ambiance and mood that connects this woman and this card to its male counterpart. The red rose provides an additional point of connection that binds them. It is a token, a gift, something given and received, something shared. So I don't know what that means for you, Tom. Interesting. Thank you, Candy. That's a beautiful interpretation. Robin, let me pull a card for you. Oh, Sun. Sun has a slightly different meaning in Lenormand than, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I am success, hear me roar, so about the same. I control your ego and charisma. I boost your confidence and courage. I build victory and glory, but be careful not to get too cocky, or you will be burned by arrogance like Icarus. I don't see that happening for you, Robin. I hope it just means wonderful things. And again, I don't think these are predictive too much, but I think they just kind of help give you some guidance. Help give you different perspectives on looking at things. Stephanie, I would love to pull you a card. Oh, except then you get like sarcophagus. So that's Anubis, I think. My son's obsessed with Egypt. My son's obsessed with Egypt, and we had a babysitter the other night, and her name was Isis. And he was so excited. I am the painful change and transition. You will feel me through your body, your mind, and certainly your wallet. The coffin of the Reverie deck harks back to the ancient Egyptian period, although traditionally seen as an ending or finality, it is also symbolic of an initiation that brings a final reckoning of our life purpose. Okay, so it's not all bad. It is often when we are faced with life-changing events or illnesses that we evaluate the important aspects of our life. Interesting. So you may have some big stuff coming up, Stephanie. I hope it's not as painful as this. I never feel like the cards are saying this horrible thing's going to happen. I feel it's more like saying, look, if something happens, whether it be big or small, pay attention to the lesson to be learned. Melissa has book. See, I don't use Lenormand a lot because I think the cards feel kind of negative to me. And I just don't read that way. I don't think it's helpful. The Book of Knowledge, the Book of Secrets. What I house is educational and private. I may be your project or your research, and sometimes your studies and journals. Watch out for the cards around me, because with the sun you will see right through me. I am hidden, I am unknown, but occasional knowledge I might learn. There you go. Hope that's helpful. And it's just a new way to look at things, and maybe to help interpret your meditation. Okay, Jacqueline, let's see what we get for you. You also get book. And I did just shuffle these, and I always pick from the middle. Well, I don't pick from the middle. I pick from somewhere in here that calls to me. I don't pick the top card. So, again, the way I always read here, I'll read you a little bit more about book. The book is a vehicle for the very imagination itself. The Book of Reverie promises tales of great mystery within its pages. It has a mechanical dial on its front showing intricacies of learning. So you may need to do more research about your big decision, Jacqueline. Candy, I'd love to pull you a card. Yeah, sometimes, again, I don't think these are always, I think the energies around us aren't always just tapped into the physical. So sometimes it's about a mental change, and sometimes it's about our meditation. I don't think it's always as like, you got a death card, someone's going to die. I think it's more about like, you're going to change your mind. Some idea you had, you were going to let go of. Because I feel a lot of the time the cards tell me about some internal thought process rather than something physical that's going to happen. Okay, so this is for Candy. Candy has anchor. And what is anchor? 35. And I just think it's fun, so if it stresses you out, just disregard it. With stability and security, I bring peace of mind. I push you to persevere and help you reach your goal. Watch out for negative cards. They may shackle and pull you down a hole. The anchor offers stability and security, being confident that your hard work will pay off in the long term. Well, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, Tom, I think yours is about either a woman, and it may be from your meditation. I don't know if you met a woman in your meditation, or about a gift. And hopefully you got a couple of gifts in your meditation. So it may be about that. You got victory card on Midsummer too. Good. Don't get too arrogant, Robin. I don't think that's possible. You've had some pretty exciting stuff going on, Robin. Okay, well, then hopefully you understand what that means, Stephanie. Yeah, I think it's about research for you, Melissa. Oh, ha ha ha, big decision about grad school. Interesting. I was going to pull you a card anyway, Guy. Guy has tree, and that's a lovely card. So let me read to you about tree. I get tree a lot. I don't know why I get tree a lot. I am here to stay and grow. I am the health of your body, mind, and soul. Look for the cards next to me to find out. a sign of health and longevity, and the imperative to put down one's roots to ensure a secure future. This card's presence could indicate a health condition that is inherited. Interesting. Interesting about putting down roots, guy. True health is to be found in aligning ourselves between that which is above and that which is below. The harmony of colors reflecting through the tree symbolizes the holistic nature of healing and life itself. There you go. You recently finished grad school. Very interesting. Interesting, Candy. Okay, I'll pick one for you, Steve. Random Steve. Can I call you Random Steve forever? All of my cats have been named Steve. We always name them Steve, and then we just give them a number. We've called them other things too, but we've just always thought it was funny to call all of our cats Steve. I'm sorry, Steve. Okay. 24. And our first cat named Steve had extra thumbs. He had like six pads on his finger. But he belonged to somebody else, so we took care of him for a while because he was a stray. Well, we thought he was a stray, but then his owner found us. Okay, so you have Swan. Where's Swan? Oh, it's not Swan, it's Heart. The form of happiness and love is simply drawn in my shape. I am your feeling and emotions. I am your passions and devotions. Just make sure no bad cards are around to spoil this fondness and affection. Let me read you a little bit more. The heart is always a card signifying beneficial emotions in the Lenormand. Let's see. The heart is, of course, symbolic of love and relationship. Here we see the heart formed by two swans, a bird itself symbolic of courtly relationship, monogamy, and enduring love. Isn't that nice? Really? Well, that's good. That's good to know, Robin. That's a hard place to be when you're like feeling confident, but you want to keep the challenge going too. Yes, Arié. Is there? Do you have another name, Arié? And I would love to pull you a card. Oh, that I forget what that one is called because it's like a fairy house. What is it? Oh, it's just house, but it looks like a fairy house. I always love that house. I want one in my garden. I am your family and your base, your ground and your home. I give you stability and comfort. I am your living arrangement and environment. I am what surrounds you and your estate. The cards around me will give you signs on my present state or what the future will dictate. Well, good. I'm glad I didn't offend Steve. Ariana, what a beautiful name. So those are my readings, unless somebody else wants one. I'm so glad to do this tonight. I am starting to get boiling. I'm so glad there's a few new people here. What always makes me sad is that some of you come on here and then you disappear, and I want to get to know you more. So find me and connect with me. I have a Facebook group below where you can connect with me. I was talking earlier about Patreon. One of the reasons I have Patreon is because I know YouTube isn't very private, although all of your comments on here will disappear once this goes live, so nobody will see anything you wrote. And I know a lot of people don't like Facebook, which I totally understand. So part of the reason I have the Patreon up there is because for $1 a month, I can connect with you on a regular basis if you don't do the others. But the other thing I would say is if you really like these meditations, don't miss this month's workshop. Again, I kind of titled it Embrace the Change. It's 3 meditations. The more people we have on Patreon, the more meditations I will do every month. And then you also get access to all the other meditations. So there's a link below in the, I know you well enough, Tom. And so that doesn't, yeah. Tom has been on since I first, Tom was on my first live video. And Tom, I think you have maybe missed one, if even that. Tom has always been here, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, Tom. It really, in the beginning, when I first started doing these, I don't know if I would have continued doing them if it had always been a random group of people that were on. But Tom was always there, and shortly enough, Guy was there, and Robin was there, and Mindy was there, and Stephanie was there, and people, I started to have this tribe that, because it's hard talking out into the ether. It's very hard to come on here and not know who's going to be here and not know if they like what you're doing or don't like what you're doing. So I'm very appreciative of all of you guys, even if you do only come on once, but I really like when I get to know you and the relationships that I've built with all of you guys, even if you are new to my channel. It means a lot to me. It's about people to me rather than numbers by any means. I mean, numbers are just kind of hollow. They're wonderful. That's great. But I would much rather know Guy than know another subscriber that's just a number up there. I would much rather know what you guys want from me and what I can do for you, and it makes it worthwhile. So thank you, Robin. And I love that you guys share on the Facebook group and get support from other people in the group too. And yeah, that is very important to me too, that even if I'm not there for some reason, you guys support one another. So we are the McFreaks. Hear us roar. All right, my folks, before I melt away, I'm going to let you go, and I will let you know I'm going to try and do one next week, maybe Wednesday. I didn't do one earlier in the week because I was recording the Patreon videos, but if not, I'll find a time to do one next week because I miss them when I don't. They're like my group therapy session. So I love you guys, and I really enjoyed this meditation. I hope you guys did too. So have a good one. Good night, everybody.